All right. And so we're back and we're going to look at our Unit 1, Lesson 7, which is going to be multiple translations in the coordinate plane. So the good news about today's lesson is that there's really nothing new to teach you. All we're going to do is perform the translations that you already know, or transformations you already know, translations, reflections, dilations, all right, in the coordinate plane. But we're now, instead of just performing one of those, we're going to perform, all right, multiple transformations in the coordinate plane. All right, so I want to give you a second to look at the opener here. And notice that we start with ABC. All right, we perform a transformation to get A prime, B prime, C prime, and then we perform another transformation to get to A double prime, C double prime, and B double prime. So I'm going to give you a minute to write down what you think was performed here to get from ABC to our final image down there. All right, so if we look, the first transformation that occurred here, right, was a translation. And it looks like we moved, all right, just horizontally. It doesn't seem to be any vertical shift, right? So it looks like, if we use our translation notation, is that we moved everything from here, and it looks like we went left 12 units. And it looked like Y stayed the same. So there was our first transformation. Then our second transformation was it looked like we now reflected over the x-axis. Over the x-axis. All right? So that's what happened. And notice you've done this before and you have done this before. All right? So once again, no new, all right, skills to teach you, no new concepts to teach you. We're just going to perform the same things that you have been doing, just multiple pieces at a time versus one single transformation. All right, so now to help you, all right, some things to keep in mind. So don't get overwhelmed, all right? So just perform each translation, all right, transformation, I should say, as a single problem. And then move to the next one. All right? So just whatever it says do first, do that first. Just treat it like a single problem. All right? And then perform the next one from where you are. So once I've translated, so notice once I move, or excuse me, transformed whatever I'm supposed to do, so once I move from here to here, right, I don't care about this figure anymore. I'm now working from this, and I'm going to start my new problem. All right, so I perform the first transformation. That gives me a new, all right, a new picture. Then I use that picture to perform the next one. All right, and then label well. All right, label well so that you know exactly where you're at. So notice A, B, C to A prime, B prime, C prime to A double prime, B prime, or B double prime, C double prime. So you just keep adding a prime for each transformation you make. So you know exactly where you are, all right, in the process. All right, so let's go through just a few problems here. So now, notice when we look at problem 1 here, it says reflect segment BO, and B is negative 6, 3. So that would be right here. And O is negative 1, 3 right here. All right, so there's our segment. And I'm going to actually use, all right, some different colors here. So now notice we want to reflect over the y-axis. All right, so I'm going to use green here to do that. So we're going to reflect over the y-axis, right? So here's the y-axis. And we know that a reflection preserves distance. So when I look at this, if I count from B to the y-axis, I go 1, 2, 3, 4, all right, 5, 6 units away. So I'm going to go to the 6 to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there is B prime. And I know O is 1 unit to the left. So now O prime would be 1 unit to the right. And so there's my reflection. All right. Now I want to dilate this. All right. So now I'm only focused on my new picture over here. I no longer care about, all right, BO. So now we want to dilate this with a scale factor of 2. Well, once again, I'm going to just write O prime is 1, 3, right? B prime is 6, 3. And we know if we dilate with a scale factor of 2, I need to multiply everything by 2. So now this would tell me that O double prime should be 2, 6. And then B double prime should be 12, 6. All right? Now, so when I look at this, 2, 6, so there's 2, 6 would be here. So there's O double prime. And then 12, 6 actually takes us a little bit off here, so I'm going to estimate that. So we're going to say 12, 6 is kind of over there. So there is our final piece there. So there's B double prime, O double prime. All right? And that's all you do, right? Just take the first thing, do that. All right? And then now you work from your new picture to perform whatever is next in, all right, your progression. So now let's go ahead and flip the page and let's look at problem 2 here. All right, so draw a triangle buff. So B is 4, negative 2. So 4, negative 2. So there's B. All right, U is 8, 1. There's U. And then F is 6, 4, which is right here. All right, so there's my triangle. Okay, now once again, I'm going to, all right, use, all right, my different colors to help you with this. All right, so now notice the first thing it says is reflect over y equals negative 1. All right, so now y equals negative 1 would be this line right here. And having some different colored markers, pens, or whatever, it's kind of hard for you guys to see that, but that is green. See my green pen? That is green. All right, now once again, we know with a reflection, all right, that it preserves distance. So however far it is from that line of reflection, it's going to be the same distance on the opposite side. So if I reflect B, B is 1 below, so B is now going to be 1 above. All right. A is 2 above, so now A prime would be 2 below. And then F is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units above. So now F would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units below. So there's F double prime. So there's our new, all right, triangle. And now we're going to focus on that green triangle when we do our new step here, which is, all right, dilate. Okay, dilate. So now, once again, I'm going to write down my coordinates here. So B prime, all right, we can see is 4, 0. All right, A prime looks like we are at 9, 1, 2, 3, 9, negative 3. All right, and then F prime, all right, if I look at F prime, we were at 6, negative 6. All right, and once again, we want to do a scale factor of 1/2. So I want to multiply this by 1/2. All right, so now B double prime would be 2, 0. A double prime would be 4.5, negative 1.5. All right, and then F double prime would be 3, negative 3. All right, so 2, 0 right here. All right, 4.5, negative 1.5. And so it's kind of getting a little jumbled here, so this is the hard part sometimes. So 4.5, negative 1.5. And then 3, negative 3 right here. So there's our new guy right there. So that's B double prime right there. All right, this is F double prime, and then A double prime right there. So it gets a little messy sometimes when everything's kind of right on top of each other. All right, so let's do one more together. We'll do number 3 together, and then I'll let you guys do the rest on your own. So once again, we're going to start with a segment here. So we have FU. All right, so F is 0, 5 right here. And then U is negative, or excuse me, 4, negative 2. So right there. So, all right, so there we go. So there's our segment, FU, right there. All right, now once again, so notice what we have to do here first. We have a translation first. So we have to move it to the left 3 and then up 4. So left 3, up 4. So left 3, so 1, 2, 3, and then up 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's F prime. And then to the left 3, 1, 2, 3, and then up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and so there's U prime. So now there's our new segment right there based on our translation. Now notice now we want to reflect it over the x-axis. All right, and the x-axis, right, is right here. And then once again, just like we said from above, we know that it preserves distance. All right, so we can see that U is 2 above. So then U double prime would be 2 below. We can see that F is 9 above here. All right, so then we're going to be 9 below. All right. Okay, and maybe I miscounted. I think I should have been up 1 more there, but we'll go from this point. I think I only moved it up 3 there instead of up 4 because I couldn't count on my grid here. So F double prime. So F should have been here. My bad. I'm going to draw that back in here. A little hard to count on this grid. So we can see that F prime, all right, F prime is 10 above. All right. Okay. Oh, no, I was there at 9. I was at 9. I was right the first time. My bad. So this was F prime. So I was 9 above. I couldn't count, couldn't see here with my grid. So I am 9 above. All right. Sorry for goofing this up. So I'm going to go 9 below right here to F double prime, and there's my guy. All right. So I'm sorry that I couldn't quite see here very clearly on my graph. All right, where I was at. But there you go. And you can see that really we have the same segment. It preserves size and shape, all right, because we know that reflections and translations are isometries. All right, so that leaves you to finish 4, 5, 6, and 7 on your own, and then we will see you next time.